here's what we're thinking. What we're thinking now is this is live from KingArthur.com, you know, and so like now I've got to put these. It's warm in here. I've got to put this on my ears here. Hope it doesn't mess up my hair. Do I look okay? Nice to see you.
You look fabulous.
Listen, here's.
I should open my eyes.
You don't have to shut you can shut your eyes if you want.
Oh, I had them closed.
Oh, anyway, but it's a lot. It's a bit. You can look at it. You know, I'll try to do something that's weird so you can, you know, have something to look at or something. Maybe I'll be. So here's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about.
Not some negative death dying and warmonger stuff again.
No.
You said don't say beat the tar out, but I bet you're going to talk about killing and meaning.
No,
and
the other side of that. I'm going to talk about nonviolence. I'm going to talk about nonviolence. Look. I want to just talk about. This is really the only alternative, you know, because everything else is like, you know, hasn't worked out, you know.
Well, wait. Can I give a little history lesson?
What was that?
I just had this thought that we were going to start to go into this thing, but we haven't really given the younger viewers from America a brief history lesson on what this is all founded on. You know, like, because originally the land that I live on and you live on, well, it was inhabited by
thousands of years ago when people migrated here and set up civilizations. There were some really high civilizations. I've heard about them. Some in Florida, some along the Mississippi, and
what do we call them?
Well, I mean, what they're called is they're Native Americans.
But what do we call them?
We degrade.
Come on, just say the word.
Dead.
No, we call them Indians.
Oh yeah,
you know
that was
why?
yeah.
Because we were dumb. I mean, come on.
You know,
we didn't even know what continent we were on.
Oh well.
We thought we were in India.
He's being a little heavy-handed, you know.
No, it's true.
If you could see him, I'll tell you. If you could see him, he's Caucasian. That's why he's taking this position, you know. But you know, he's loose. He's really loose. I want to, you know.
What,
he's okay with this.
Indian, yes.
So, and he's not prejudiced. I can tell you that. But like,
I'm saying that I'm prejudiced against Caucasians.
I know.
That happened to come.
Well, they were just
kill
they were little
and
fools.
Take
They were little fools.
This,
they didn't know what they were doing. They had bad
wasn't
information.
there.
They didn't know what they were in the army because they were conscripted. You know, like their wife's brother was going to go to jail if they didn't join the army. It's weird stuff.
But most of those people
weird,
that we conquered, how did they solve
I don't know
their
who
disputes?
conquered anybody. It wasn't me that I didn't conquer anybody. But
when we took over
you
this
mean the white
land,
people? You mean white people,
we'll
Caucasian
say
people?
White Caucasian people
Okay,
from
that's what he's talking about.
Europeans
See,
came
that's what we're
over
talking-
here
I know.
and took Native Americans and put them in other places and said, well, now this is our ground. And
I know.
this is
They had different values.
How did they conduct war?
They were really cruel and they were ruthless. They just put
not until we came.
No, not I was talking about the people who came.
Oh,
I thought you were talking about how the people, the conquerors, how they conducted war was much heavier than the other people that were here. You know, the other people that were here, they had depended on where you lived as to what your rituals were and what you did. But basically,
How about right here where we're at near Philadelphia? You know what they did?
They hit different
had
frequencies.
A battle of lacrosse.
So there wasn't any physical violence.
Nobody died.
Nobody died.
You might have got roughed up, maybe a bruise.
So that one of the reasons nobody dies is because there must have been abundance. I mean, there must have been not abundance. There must have been a scarcity because if there was abundance, there would be overpopulation, which has happened in different places. And when there's overpopulation, people settle their disagreements, violently, So like when people have to work together, they usually do. Like the Eskimos, they really had to work together, and mostly they had a really peaceful. They didn't even have a government. It was all like telepathic almost. They all worked together. They had to work together. It was like really, a brilliant thing. So it all depends on the conditions. But like now, it doesn't even matter what the conditions are. Now, this is what's going on, and it's not okay. I can tell it's not okay. You can tell it's not okay. Whispering electrode, he knows it's not okay, man. So what we have to do is we have to take this. It's like saying, well, whether it's right or not, we've got to do something about it right now. And that's what's very, very important. We have to be nonviolent. It's like violence has not worked. Violence doesn't work. Violence after the violence is all over, you still have to fix things. You still have to settle it. I don't care what you call it, politics, if you call it, I don't care what it's called. What has to happen is people have to, agree, to settle, things that they don't agree on peacefully without hurting the other people, at least physically, because that's look where it leads. This is no good. This is not working. Look, we're on the brink of of totally annihilating each other. For what? For what? Because for what? There's enough here for everybody. So we have to settle this peacefully, non-violently. It's really important. I know, historically, that has not been the case, and it doesn't seem possible. It seems like, how are we going to settle this non-violently when there's so many people in the world that are...
This is where we came in, isn't it? You said historically. Historically, before some people came in, they did.
Oh, there. Oh, sorry.
Maybe
So
we should go back.
he's saying there's precedent
Yeah.
for doing it non-violently.
Now you're talking to
Okay,
me.
so
Now come on.
so we'd be cool, man.